Hi there. How's everybody doing? Surviving? Hopefully everybody's surviving. I'm finding that I'm keeping busy doing a lot of things. So I don't mind this a bit, actually. I do miss being with people, my friends, and of course working at the tavern, but I am doing a lot of reading that I never got to do before, and I'm experimenting with things, and I'm outside digging in the dirt now, so it's been really good. It's been really good. And speaking of digging in the dirt, I know I've told you about this book that I ordered off of Amazon, Oil and Glass. It's got all kinds of Young Living, I stress Young Living, essential oil recipes, and one of them is a garden spray. A lot of times we buy the pesticides and the insecticides at the store, and they should not be sprayed near your home, near your children, or near you, really. They're full of all kinds of toxic things. Commercially made products contain questionable ingredients, and they're just not safe. Anything that gets near your skin or on your skin is going to absorb all those nasty chemicals, and they will get into your body. Essential oils are natural and they are effective products. What happens is insects, they rely on the pheromones. Pheromones are something like, well, you give off a pheromone that attracts, that smells good to somebody that's attracted to you, okay? We have natural scents, just like in the animal kingdom, people, okay? We don't smell good to everybody, but we smell good to people that could be our mate, all right? And it's the same with plants and insects. Pheromones are like a roadmap to the plant. And the insects, they rely on that. And when you use essential oils, it confuses them because the essential oils mask the pheromones, and their neurotransmitters can't figure out how to get to the plant. Okay? So this is why we use pesticides. And why use something toxic and synthetic when you can use something all natural that's not going to affect you if you get it sprayed on your hand or inhale it accidentally. Or on your vegetables in your garden when you pick your vegetables and wash them off. Let's say sometimes I'll pick like a tomato out of the garden and I won't wash it off because I don't use pesticides. So I'll eat a tomato right out of the garden, and you can do that with your homemade product. So the recipe calls for a 16-ounce glass bottle, and it calls for 20 drops of peppermint, and it calls for 20 drops of purification. Purification is a blend, and it calls for 10 drops of rosemary. Rosemary is very powerful oil, okay? And then the rest, distilled water. Now, I like using distilled water because your tap water has like trace minerals, and it's got traces of gook. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't even drink tap water. And just get your distilled water. That way, whatever you create is going to last longer. Okay, you're not going to worry about bacteria or anything growing in there. So, and it's cheap. It's really cheap. So what you want to do is you want to add your oils first, okay? And they do recommend a glass bottle because our oils are very strong. Now, peppermint oil, can be used to deter insects or pests in your home. They have been known to keep pests away, such as mice, roaches, flies, fleas, and eradicate infestations for good, just using peppermint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to if anybody wants to know if what I'm saying is true or not, I do have references here that I can send you that you can look up and read yourself. So everything I'm telling you is referenced. So peppermint oil, we're going to put 20 drops of that. And these oils come out 1 drop at a time. And if my dog barks, I apologize. He's feeling sassy. He had a bath. And he's a little hyper right now. Okay. Good old peppermint oil. Many uses for peppermint oil. I'm just telling you one of them. Okay. When you buy a presenter starter kit, and a premium starter kit. When you get a premium starter kit, you will get information on every oil that's in there and its many uses. But it is your responsibility to research those oils on your own. We have many, many, many books, websites, many resources for you to do your research and find out for yourself. And then we use purification. Now, as I said before, purification is a blend of citronella, rosemary, lemongrass, tea tree, lavender, and myrtle. Okay, so it's a blend of 6 different oils. All right, and I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about all of them. Now, rosemary is also used as an insect repellent. Moths that eat your clothes, fruit flies, lice. It's been used to get rid of lice. What are you chewing on? Oh, you're so naughty. And other insects. And it is known to repel the larvae itself. And we're going to put 20 drops of that. So 1, 2, 3. And this does have rosemary in it, but we're going to add extra rosemary because rosemary is very good to use. Okay. Many uses for purification. Also, I put this on my dryer balls when I put it in the dryer. When I put them in the dryer, and it makes my clothes smell fresh. And it's also good for stinky shoes. It's also good to use on your skin if you have oily skin or problems with breakouts. It supports healthy skin. Okay, and it keeps the bugs. Rosemary actually keeps the bugs from chewing up the leaves on the plant, okay? They don't like the taste of rosemary. And lemongrass. Lemongrass is also in purification. That's closely related to citronella, and we all know citronella. Citronella candles keep away the mosquitoes and all the flying insects we don't want any part of. Tea tree, mosquitoes, ants, bed bugs. It's used in the eradication and prevention of bed bugs or biting, stinging insects. It has also been used to effectively kill lice and other parasites. So, and then lavender. Lavender is a member of the mint family, okay? It's good for moss and fungus. Moss and fungus that grows in your garden depletes the soil of all its nutrients before the plants can uptake it. So it's good to kind of keep that down to a limit also. Lavender contains a non-toxic compound called linalool, which is used in many pest control products. It's good for spiders and ants and fleas too. Egyptians used lavender as perfume, and in the Middle Ages, it was used on the floors of the castles and sick rooms because of its insecticidal and disinfectant properties. So it's been used a long time to keep bugs and germs away. And as I said before, it interferes with the transmitters. Humans don't have these neurotransmitters that we're talking about. They're just present in the insect. And myrtle also contains linalool, if I'm pronouncing it right, and that's found in pesticides, and it works against beetles, beetle larvae, and it's anti-parasitic. So we got some good stuff going on in that. And then I'm going to add extra rosemary. Now just 10, because there's rosemary in the purification. All right, and that's all it asks for. And then we're just gonna fill the rest up with some distilled water. I make my own stuff. I make my own face serums. I make my own body butter. I make my own foaming soap for the shower. I make my own laundry detergent using the Thieves laundry soap. If I have it, I will divide that Thieves laundry soap that we sell at Young Living up equally into like 3 different containers, and then I'll add a little extra Thieves household cleaner to it, and some laundry boost powder, and I'll put in some like purification or some lavender to make it smell prettier. And I'm just filling up my glass. I have a small funnel, so it's just taking me longer than expected. All right. And that's it. So then every time you go to use your spray, just give it a little swish, a little swirl, and you can spray this directly on your plants in your garden, and it will keep the critters away. All right. Hopefully you take away from these videos. I want you to take away the fact that there are other options other than purchasing already made products at the store. Some of them are honest about what's in there and will let you know, and a lot of them aren't, because they are not, by law, they do not have to list everything on the label. So I do this for you so that you know there's another way of doing things. Not everything you need is at the store. Some things you can just purchase off a Young Living website, and you know they're safe. Okay, you know they're safe, and you can make your own products. I make all my own products. Seriously, I do. Next thing I'm going to look into is making my own perfume, because perfume has fragrance, synthetic made fragrance, which is nasty for you. So if you get a chance to get this book, go on Amazon and get it. It's called Oil and Glass. And another one that I got, Jen O'Sullivan, she's my idol. She's my idol. She has another book you can get. It's called 31oils.com, the website. And she has all kinds of information on there. And this is one I got. Make and take 70 DIY projects and recipes for classes. Let's say you want to make Young Living a business, and it just gives you ideas on how to do little one-on-one classes or make and take classes to introduce oils to other people. So I know we can't be together to do that now, so I'm doing these via video so that I can share this with you like you're here. So all kinds of good recipes. Hair follicle spray, hair serum, hair shampoo, deep conditioner, room freshener, window cleaner. It's got lip balm, lip scrub. That's my next. I'm going to make my own lip balms. And mouthwash, poopery spray, tooth polish, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff that's safe. All right. Hope you're having a good week. Tomorrow's Friday. And get outside. Get outside and plant something. Enjoy it. Get your vitamin D. All right. Talk to you later.